So one of our big plans when we moved out to the country was to collect our own water. And we were pretty serious about it. So a couple of years ago, we were able to get our hands on, I think it was like 9 free 55-gallon water barrels, and it's the blue ones. And so we spaced them out around the property and we started working with them. Here's what it looks like today, but this is not what it looked like 20 minutes ago. But I had them open and it was a bad choice, but it was all I had because they had used them for their fish. So the whole tops and everything were taken off. Some of them had holes. We're using those for garbage cans and recycle containers, but some of them were just fine to use. So we did. And in the meantime, we've managed to catch all the mosquitoes. And this year, evidently, it was tadpoles. So I'm trying to filter the water out. I'm going to show you what happens when you leave your stuff sitting in the sun is you get this amazing algae. So this water out here at the garden, the one that we catch, comes off of one of our coops, and it's supposed to be the water for the chickens and the garden. And I like it, except really I can only use it for the garden right now because it catches everything and it's difficult to filter. So last year and a half ago or so, I bought this filter, and it was to filter our rainwater system, and it was to give us emergency drinking water, but it was also supposed to be used to filter out for the chickens whenever we needed them, or whatever animal, and keep as emergency backup for the house. So when you have algae in your water, it clogs up your filters. So my filters for these things, they're hiking filters. They're not that expensive. I got like a pack of 6, I think, for like $18, and it wasn't too bad. The whole system to set up was like $40. And so it was something that was cost effective for us. Now, if you keep your rainwater clean, I highly recommend this system. It can work for emergencies. I wouldn't say the water tastes all that great. It's a little on the acidic side, so if you want something more for long-term use, maybe get a reverse osmosis system. This is something we're looking into. We just haven't made that decision yet, or decided to move on. I mean, $300, there's other things I need to spend $300 on right now. So today I'm out here because the last couple weeks I've been busting my butt trying to filter this water. We got our chickens again after the neighbor's dog killed them. So we got a new set of chickens, and this was the year we were supposed to be completely off the water system. Well, that's not going to happen, but it does mean that I need to do a better job on figuring out exactly how much water we're going to go through, even if it's a rough estimate, so I can at least estimate it on the high side, which right now it looks like a lot. And then also I need to make sure that I have a good way to clean the water, because if it's not usable, then there's just no point. And if I have to blow through filters like a crazy person, then there really is no point. So if it's going to cost me more to have the water filters and to filter the water, then I might as well just stay on the system we're on and we just pay for it and just keep some water as emergency backup, and I can buy that and store it. I don't really want to do that. So I come out here today and I changed out the filter for the 3rd time. But this time I used a sweatshirt, an old sweatshirt that we had, to filter out the water. I was hoping it would work as like a string filter system, but that really just filters out debris. I've decided there's no getting this algae out without bleaching it, and I don't really have a problem with bleaching it. It's just not going to work for what we're doing right this very second. I'm not going to go and get the tablets, and for a 55-gallon jug or a 55-gallon barrel like we have, it's quite a bit of tablets to put in there to kill the algae. And then my filter system, my hiking filter, is not going to filter out chlorine. I would have to run it through that and then turn around and run it through our pure water filter that we use for the sink. That's a lot of filtration for something that they make more efficient systems for it to do it that way. So I don't want to do that. We're not. So we're going to see how long I can get this filter going. But for anybody who has algae in your water, one, cover your tanks. You're probably already like, well, I already know that. Well, you don't have a lot of money and you get some free stuff. You got to figure out a way to make it work. So here's my new setup now. Whenever I am done, this is going to come over to keep it covered. It's not going to do the best for the mosquitoes, I don't think, because I have some ugly holes in here, but we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. But just as an update, this is what we're doing for our water system right now. And currently, I have somehow bred tadpoles. I'm not even sure how a frog got in there, did what he did, and got out. But, or she. It is what it is. So right now, if you're looking for something simple, cheap, and easy, this is an 8x10 tarp. It by no means covers this whole coop, but it does cover 98% of one side. And then I have a gutter that could probably use a good scrubbing, but I'm in no hurry. I have a gutter. This drips down into it, and my barrels are positioned under it. Just this past storm that came through, I did it on the late side, not the early side. I thought we were getting a lot of severe weather, but it turned out we got one severe weather. So we'll figure that out later. But they're joined by 3/4 inch pipes. We just drilled a couple of holes. Let me see if I can make that work. Drilled a couple of holes, combined the pipes, and I just scoop the water. So if you are needing something out at your garden, I'm not sure I would use this except in an absolute pinch for emergency purposes, but you want something for your chickens, your ducks, any of your animals, then I would highly recommend you just find some pipe that you might have laying around on the property, feed them all into each other. That at least combines them for the in, and then one will drain into the other as they fill up, and then keep them covered with an easy tarp. It's not the prettiest system, but we're working on getting our big water catchments. But until then, this is what we're going to use. After we finish the roof on the patio, I can do whatever I want, but the patio has to come first. No, fencing has to come second. Keep the dogs out. Fencing comes second, and then it's putting together everything we can off grid. I've given us a 5-year timeline that I want everything done. And if we don't sell the property, if we're not pushing to leave to go to a more remote area, then this is where we're at, and this is what we're doing. And at 40, how old am I now? 48 this year. Turning 48. I'm not 48 yet. I'm still 47. So 47, 5 years, that's getting me to the point to where I need to be having systems set up where I don't have to work so hard. And also everything else that's going on with the economy right now, I'm not sure that I really want to be. I want to be kept with my pants down, because if they go up anymore on the water, we can't afford it. The water itself is cheap, but they charge us $50 a month just to have a meter that they come out to read, so that they know what to charge me for what I use. And I don't have the option to buy a meter and install it. That doesn't even include what they like to charge to come out and install the meter. I just got lucky where when we bought the property, they said it was raw land, but it wasn't. It had had people out here before. Hold on. It had people out here before, so I had a meter. So I got around that cost, but other people didn't. And it's hundreds of dollars. And that doesn't even include if they have to run any pipes to your house or to the meter, they charge for that too. So I think that that's asinine. I don't care to be a part of that. And we want off of it, not to mention twice since we've been out here in the last 5 years. The water has been, because of storms or whatnot, besides undrinkable, which isn't a problem whenever you have a filtration system, but besides being undrinkable, we lost power for so long that there was no water to come out of the faucet. So definitely need a backup system, but yeah, I don't care to keep paying a bill that I don't agree with on a system that doesn't really support me to begin with. So anyway, here's some schooling on filtering out your rainwater. And unfortunately, we're just gonna have to deal with the algae. And while I set up the system for covering everything, somebody else might have a more expensive system, and maybe one of these days we will too. But for today, this is what we have. And if a little bit of this water got into my 5-gallon jugs, it really wouldn't be a big deal because the water isn't actually that filthy, thank God. So yeah, it goes in through there. It comes, well, it helps if you don't get it stuck like I just did. Anyway, it comes out here. There we go. Filtered, clean, ready to go. I wouldn't drink it, but it's fine and safe and dandy for your animals. Don't worry about it. It's fine and safe and dandy, if not perfect for your garden, because if there was any strange bacteria or something in there, it's not something you're going to transfer to your garden and into your plants or into your chickens. I have been using that system for 2 years now for my chickens. Most of their water comes from that. Sometimes I'm in a hose mood, but most of the time it just comes out of there, and my chickens have never had a problem. Everybody's always been really healthy. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Hope everything goes well for y'all. It's Sunday, so hope you're taking a rest. Bye.